Pride certainly does come before the fall, as perfectly exemplified here with Xbox, because kicking off the beginning of the week, Sarah Bond, the president of the Xbox brand and recent appointee to Tyson Foods board of executives, I wonder where she's going to be focusing a lot of her time on in the future, but came out and said that in the past year, Xbox Game Pass, has managed to generate a record high of $5 billion. Now, what exactly does that mean? Well, $5 billion is in fact a lot of money, no matter how you slice it. It's just, is that a lot of money in contrast to how much is spent on Game Pass, how much Xbox Studios requires to operate? Because it's really tough to tell, because I'm just thinking back over the past year, how many big hit games has Xbox put out? I mean, the Oblivion remake managed to do pretty good business, but Hellblade 2, not so much. Doom the Dark Ages, I kept hearing that was such a great game, super successful, but like a week later, is anybody still talking about it? And honestly, nothing else really comes to mind first party side. A lot of promises, a lot of delays, and a bunch of cancellations, but okay, maybe everybody really wanted to play Call of Duty? I don't know, man. But the tagline that this indicates that the business is generating profits, well, unless they specifically say that is enough to offset costs and now it's finally turning a profit, you got to look back on the subscriber counts and the other reports that they've been stagnant to really come to certain conclusions. But okay, cool. Even if I wanted to grant you at the beginning of the week, coming out and saying that, Game Pass, despite recent developments, is in fact a success. And then you finish up the week with, one of the most aggressive about faces we have seen in a while, with the announcement that, Game Pass Ultimate, it's going to be going up by 50%. And now gamers are starting to realize that, it was a good deal. Like, Game Pass at the price that it's at, it's a pretty good deal. But if you're going to start jacking up the prices like that, I don't really need to have an instant access to a bunch of games that I barely play. But Xbox, Game Pass pricing skyrockets as gamers cancel service in droves, and that's not hyperbole. Okay, the website to cancel Game Pass has crashed yesterday. Well, I guess Wednesday when this was announced, and it's still going on to this very day. But gamers are rushing to cancel Xbox Game Pass after waking up today to some of the most unwelcome news they could imagine. Microsoft confirmed that Xbox Game Pass pricing would see its biggest hike yet, with the popular Ultimate tier pricing from $19.99 to $29.99 per month. That's insane, man. Because what was it, last week? Or hell, it could even be earlier this week. Everything's been such a blur recently. But you even had Disney announce that, Disney Plus subscription prices would be going up. They only go up by a couple of bucks. This right here, $10 whole on what was originally a $20 subscription? That's kind of ridiculous. Staggering 50% price increase blindsided loyal fans who have supported Game Pass since its inception. For years, Microsoft marketed the service as the best value in gaming, a low monthly price granting access to hundreds of titles, day one releases, and cloud streaming. But any goodwill that Xbox might have built up is now being squandered in a single move, and they aren't exactly doing themselves any favors, because in light of this development and people canceling left, right, and center, well, now they're just trying to shove it in your face even harder. This is dumb. Absolutely 100% catastrophically idiotic. So yes, as shown by Tom Warren, one of the authors over there at Insider Gaming. If you turn on your Xbox and you just want to play a game, well, at this point in time, I don't know who actually has an Xbox console. Want to play a game? Yes, you're greeted with a full-on ad showing you all the glorious benefits of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. It neglects to mention the new $30 a month price tag, and the fact that it took less than 24 hours for Game Pass price hike is telling. Have more people canceled their subscription than Microsoft was suspecting, or was this all a part of the company's plan? Who knows, man? But it really does line up with a bunch of the shady stuff that Microsoft has done over the past year. Like, how many people have they fired? Like, over 1,000 people exclusively, and specifically over within Xbox. Raised the prices twice over of their consoles. Tried to raise the price of their first-party titles to $80 and then ended up walking that back. They're on the precipice of releasing brand new handholds that, the Premier Edition that isn't even as powerful as some of the more elaborate Steam Decks at $1,000. What exactly is Xbox doing? Okay, well, trying to defend their price increases, and well, it's not exactly working either. Okay, we understand price increases are never fun for anybody, but what we're trying to reinforce by adding more value to these plans as well, according to communications director Dustin Blackwell. Oh boy, sucks to be him today. It's something we don't take lightly, and we're listening to the feedback of players, in the community to try to provide them with more of what they're asking for. We're also now giving access to more than 75 day one releases each year. Wow, that's fantastic. Any of that stuff people actually want to play, or some stuff that they might be convinced could be worth their time, or is it just going to be a bunch of indie slop? Like, what are these 71 day one releases? That's 50% increase over the day one titles were provided last year. Oh, see, that's more. That means more is better, right? He also pointed to Ubisoft Plus Classics and Fortnite Crew Editions. Hey, if you play that Fortnite game, we got you covered over here, because that's factored into the price increase. You get access to battle passes for Fortnite. I know a lot of people play Fortnite, but now they're just going to be taking their business off of Microsoft platforms. In addition to Game Pass, ultimate price increase, Microsoft raised the cost of PC Game Pass from $12 to $16.50, which is a little bit more reasonable, but that is still a fairly significant price increase. $4.50? Jesus. Both PC Game Pass and Ultimate subscribers will get day one releases. Yeah, that's nice. Those on the premium plan will get the first party Xbox games within a year of launch, except for Call of Duty. I don't know what the hell Microsoft is thinking with this. You announce, record profits, $5 billion, and then you decide to up the cost of the one thing that you have going for you, the one thing that actually keeps people tethered to the Microsoft ecosystem, because without Game Pass, you guys would be out of video gaming. Like, I've talked about it quite a bit, and even before a lot of people caught on to this, that this whole Game Pass thing really isn't that sustainable, and now we're seeing it in the fact that people really are canceling, because you could have eventually got up to that $30 price tag. Like, I forget, like, what was the original launch price for Netflix, and now what is it at? Like, $25, $30, and back in the cut when it was, $10 a month, and you could stream 4K movies for you and everybody in your neighborhood if you just shared around your password. But now it's locked to 4 devices, and everybody has to reside within one geolocation. You can incrementally, it's boiling the frog, right? Like, you move it up a little bit at a time. This right here, it's exactly what Microsoft has been doing throughout all of 2025. This was just probably the straw that broke the camel's back for most people. And if not for Call of Duty coming out this year, which that'll be an interesting launch to follow, because not a lot of goodwill around that either. It'll still be a big game, and probably one of the biggest launches of the entire year. But outside of that, Microsoft doesn't really have a lot going for it at this point in time. And if you thought the layoffs and the cancellations were aggressive this year, you ain't seen nothing yet. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.